Yo, sup with y'all boys and girls, man. Hey, Jay Briggs here from Pickdawgz.com, bringing y'all my NBA Jam session on December 21st, 2022. Man, if you're looking for more of this great content, y'all know what to do. Smash that like button. Subscribe if you're new. And drop what y'all like down in the comments as well. As you know, I love going through, seeing who y'all like in the comments. If you're looking for my best bets, the ones that I'm placing tonight, as well as best bets from the top handicappers on the planet, check us out over at pickdawgz.com. Click that premium picks tab. If you're looking for my $15 NBA Jam session play, my best bet in the NBA every night, the link is in the description. $15, man. Scoop that up. My best bet in the NBA every night. Follow me on Twitter, man. That's where I update y'all on late injury news. And if my mind changes due to late information coming out of the association, that's where I can update y'all, man, on Twitter. So follow me there. Let's make some money tonight, man. We got an 11-game card. So we want to smash it per usual, man. Let's make some money tonight, man. And without further ado, let's go ahead and hop right into tonight's NBA action. In our first matchup of the night, we got the Milwaukee Bucks on the road facing the Cleveland Cavaliers. Cleveland home favorites laying 1, total 216. Arguably game of the night, man. I'm excited to watch this one. Hell of a game we got going on here. Two of the top teams in the NBA. Milwaukee 22-8, Cleveland 21-11. For me in this one, man, I'm taking Cleveland at home, man. They've played their best basketball at home all season long. That's where they play their best basketball. This will also be their 4th straight home game. And they won the previous 3 at home in this span. They beat Utah handedly, 122-99. Beat Dallas. Granted, no Luka Doncic in them. They played them pretty competitively, 100-99. The game before that, though, they did beat the Pacers 118-112. And the game before that on the road, they beat the Mavericks 105-90. So the Cleveland Cavaliers are on a 4-game win streak, and this will be their 4th straight road game. For Milwaukee, Milwaukee's been playing pretty good as well. They've won 3 of their last 5. They just had a really good road win against the Pelicans in the game. I was on the Pelicans, man. They beat them 128-119. The game before that, they beat the Jazz at home 123-97. That was the game after their most embarrassing loss since Giannis has been there, the game where they lost to Memphis 142-101. And the game before that, they beat Golden State at home 128-111, man. So it's a great game. I can't wait to put my eyes on this one. No Middleton. Looks like he's going to be out again for this one. I will say the Bucks did win the first 2 games this season. Both of those were in Milwaukee, though. On 11-25, Milwaukee beat Cleveland 117-102 in Milwaukee. The game before that, Milwaukee beat Cleveland 113-98 in Milwaukee as well. Now the next 2 are going to be in Cleveland, and honestly, I think the next 2 Cleveland gets on their home floor where they play their best basketball. So they play tonight, 12-21, and they play again on January 21st. But here tonight in this one, I like Cleveland. I think they continue to defend home court. That's where they play their best basketball, man. They've lost 2 games in a row to this Bucks team. I think they get some get back here at home tonight. In our next matchup of the night, man, we got the Detroit Pistons on the road facing the Philadelphia 76ers. Philly laying 11.5, total 224.5. For me in this one, I'm just going to go ahead and lay the points with Philly in this one. Philly, this will be their 6th straight home game. They've been dominated in that span as well. And I think they can go ahead and be dominant against this Pistons team as well. We're going to look at what Philly has done in their last 5. They did play their last one against Toronto pretty competitively. They only won that one by 3 in overtime. The game before that, though, they did beat Golden State handedly 118-106 at home. They beat Sacramento at home 123-103. They beat Charlotte at home 131-113. They beat the Lakers at home 133-122. So, you know, 4 of those 5 they won by double digits, man. I definitely think they can do the same here to this Pistons team. We're going to look at what the Pistons have done in their last 5. They've been struggling. They've only won 1 of their last 5. 4 of their last 5 were at home as well, and it's not like they played well there. You know, Utah went in there and beat them 126-111 in their last one. That was yesterday. So they are on a back-to-back, this Pistons team is. Brooklyn beat them 124-121. Sacramento beat them 122-113. The Lakers beat them 124-117. They do have a win in there against Charlotte on the road, 141-134, but, you know, that's Charlotte, another bad team in the league. Every time they step up and play a little competition, they get smashed. I don't love the spot at all for them back out on the road after being home for a while. The Pistons playing a 76ers team who's been at home and been dominating teams at home. I'll lay the points with the 76ers here in this one. In our next matchup of the night, man, we got the Chicago Bulls on the road facing the Atlanta Hawks. Atlanta home favorites laying 6.5, total 223.5. For me in this one, man, I'm on Atlanta. I'll lay the points with them in this one. I can't get there with Chicago, man. Chicago has just been awful here recently. They've lost 4 of their last 5. Granted, they did get a win last night against Miami, but they're also on a back-to-back. They played Miami in Miami. Now they have to fly into Atlanta and play the Hawks, who are now healthy. They got all their guys back. Murray looks like he's a go. John Collins is a go. I just don't love the spot at all for this Bulls team. Like I said, they've been struggling here recently. They did get a win last night against the Heat. The Heat sat Jimmy Butler and company, though, so I'm not going to put too much stock in that one. I'm just going to take the Hawks in this one. I'm not going to overcomplicate it. The Bulls, like I said, they've been awful here recently. They lost to Minnesota on the road on the 18th, 150-126. They lost back-to-back games at home to the New York Knicks, 114-91 and 128-120. And this Hawks team beat them last week on the 11th, 123-122 on a buzzer beater layup with like 0.5 seconds to go. This time, Atlanta's healthier. They're still at home in this one. They've won 3 of their last 5. I like Atlanta to go ahead and take care of the Chicago Bulls team. Don't love the spot for the Bulls on a back-to-back. Playing a healthy Hawks team who usually, when healthy, plays their best basketball at home. I'll lay the points with the Hawks here in this one tonight. In our next matchup of the night, man, we got the Indiana Pacers on the road facing the Boston Celtics. Boston home favorites laying 11.5, total 233. For me in this one, I'm grabbing the points with the Pacers. Boston, man, they've lost 4 of their last 5. Nothing says lay 11.5 with Boston here. I know Boston has been like one of the best teams in the NBA. They started out really red hot, but here recently they've been struggling. Looks like Tatum will play in this one. Looks like Grant Williams might play in this one as well. But I'm still not looking to lay 11.5 with this Celtics team. They just lost back-to-back home games against the Orlando Magic, 95-92, 117, 109. That does not seem like a team to be laying 11.5 with. They did beat the Lakers 122, 118. They got a double-digit win against the Clippers on the road, 113-93, and a double-digit win on the road against the Golden State Warriors, 123-107. But it's the last 3 that I'm mainly looking at, the Lakers, Orlando, and Orlando. Like I said, they lost consecutive home games to the Orlando Magic, 95-92 and 117-109. I can't get there. Not laying double digits tonight with the Celtics. We go look at the Pacers. Granted, they've been playing some pretty bad basketball here recently as well. They've only won 1 of their last 5, but they've been fairly competitive in all of those, man. They lost to the Knicks in their last one, 109-106. Lost to Cleveland on the road, 118-112. Beat Golden State at home, 125-119. Lost to Miami on the road, 87-82. Lost to Brooklyn at home, 136-133. So they're losing, but they're being competitive, and I definitely think they can keep this one competitive with the Celtics here tonight. Like I said, the Celtics, they've been struggling here recently. Nothing tells me to lay 11.5, so I'll grab the 11.5 and for me with the Pacers here in this one. In our next matchup of the night, man, we got the Golden State Warriors on the road facing the Brooklyn Nets. Brooklyn laying 12.5, total 222.5. I usually don't like laying huge numbers like this, but I feel like this one is warranted. I'll lean laying 12.5 with the Nets. Golden State on the road is terrible. This will also be their 6th straight road game for this Golden State team. They're also on a back-to-back after getting beaten handedly last night by the Knicks, 132-94. They've lost 4 of their last 5. The only win in that span was against Toronto, who is also struggling. But other than that, man, they've been beaten pretty handedly. 128-111 against Milwaukee on the road. 125-119 against Indiana on the road. 118-106 against Philadelphia on the road. Can't get there with Golden State, man. Terrible on the road. They're without their best player. No way I could get there with them tonight. On a back-to-back as well. Then you got the Nets, who have been red hot here recently. I will say they just did play 4 straight road games. Now they return home in this one, which gives me a little concern. But the side is still the Nets, man. Golden State's so awful on the road. And then Golden State on a back-to-back, there's a high chance, like, the whole starting lineup sits. I really think there's a high chance that happens, so the only way to look for me is the Nets laying 12.5. They've been so hot here recently. I'm not going to fade them. Not going to try to with the Golden State, who's possibly going to sit everybody, struggles on the road, and are on a back-to-back. Terrible spot for Golden State here in this one. In our next matchup of the night, man, we got the Toronto Raptors on the road facing the New York Knicks. Knicks laying 1.5, total 217.5. Man, the Knicks are playing some really good basketball here recently, man. They've won, what, 8 straight basketball games for this Knicks team. They just dismantled Golden State last night at home, 132-94. They are on a back-to-back tonight, facing a Raptors team who desperately needs a win, man. They've lost, what, 6 straight basketball games this Raptors team has. We got 2 teams going in opposite directions. But for me in this one, and I know Toronto holds the #1 spot on the do not bet list, tied with the Miami Heat. But I'm on them here tonight, man. I think tonight we just see them want it a little more. They got to get off the snide, man. I think tonight is a good night to do that. I know they've been terrible here recently. I know the Knicks have been red hot, but, you know, it's still the Knicks in my mind. They're on a back-to-back as well. I don't love the spot necessarily for the Knicks. They also seem to, for some reason, play their best basketball on the road. I think the Knicks are just due for a little regression. And the Raptors are not as bad as they've been here recently. I like this spot as a get right and a bounce back spot tonight for the Toronto Raptors. In our next matchup of the night, man, we got the Magic on the road, laying points on the road. Okay, Magic, laying 1.5 on the Houston Rockets, total 223. I'm on the Magic in this one, man. They've been playing some really good basketball here recently, and I'm not fading them. They did lose their last one to the Hawks, but they kept it competitive. They lost 126-125. Before that, man, they had ripped off a nice little win streak, beat the Celtics in back-to-back games at home, 95-92, 117-109. Beat that same Hawks team in Orlando, 135-124. Beat the Raptors at home, 111-99. In back-to-back games, 113-109 as well. Beat the Clippers at home, 116-111. They've been playing some good basketball, man. This Orlando Magic team has. We're going to look at the Rockets. Typical Rockets, in my opinion, man. Rockets have lost their last 3. They lost the Wembanyama sweepstakes game to the San Antonio Spurs. They got handled on that one at home, 124-105. Lost to Portland, 107-95. Lost to Miami, 111-108. I think they lose here to the Magic as well. Like I said, the Magic have just been playing some really good basketball here recently. They do have a nice size injury report, but they always have a nice size injury report. I'm not going to look too much into it. Give me the Magic here in this one. I think they get a road win here in this matchup. In our next matchup of the night, man, we got the Dallas Mavericks on the road facing the Minnesota Timberwolves. Dallas road favorites, laying 3.5, total 228. I know Minnesota has been playing some really good basketball here recently, man. They've won 3 straight basketball games. They did just beat the same Mavericks team 2 nights ago, 116-106. They dismantled the Bulls the game before that, 150-126. And they beat Oklahoma 112-110 the game before that. They've won 3 straight. I'm fading them here tonight, man. I just don't think the Timberwolves are capable of winning 4 straight, especially not against a better team in the Dallas Mavericks. I know the Mavs have been struggling here recently, but I think they are the better team. I think they have the better player in Luka Doncic, and I think they do get this one done on the road. That last game was a little deceiving, and as there were some things going on in that one. Coach Kidd got ejected. You know, some players had some things going on. I think tonight the Mavs are just coming here locked in, focused. They are the better team in this one, and I think they win it. Not a premium or anything like that. It's a lean towards the Mavs. But, yeah, I think the Mavs get this one done here on the road. In our next matchup of the night, man, we got the Portland Trail Blazers on the road facing the Oklahoma City Thunder Buddies, a.k.a. the Cover Buddies. Portland laying 4, total 235. For me in this one, I'm on the Thunder, and I'll take them plus the points. Yeah, I know how I feel about those home and homes, man. This Thunder team just beat this Portland team at home 2 nights ago, 123-121. I don't need them to win this one. I just need them to keep it competitive, and I think they do just that, man. So I'll take the Cover Buddies plus the 4 in this one. This will be the 5th straight road game for the Blazers. Y'all know how I feel about that. I'm not overly in love with the spot for them. The Thunder, man, this will be their 5th straight home game. You know what I mean? Like I said, they just beat this Portland team 123-121. They beat Memphis the game before that, 115-109. And the 2 games before that, they kept competitive with Minnesota, 112-110, and Miami, 110-108. I think they can do the same thing here with this Blazers team, if not win it outright. Like I said, they did just beat this team outright the other night. Home and homes, I typically like taking the team that won the first one again on the second night. But like I said a minute ago, we don't need them to win. We just need them to cover, and I think they do just that. Not in love with the spot for the Blazers' 5th straight road game. I'm going to take the Thunder Buddies, a.k.a. the Cover Buddies, to keep this one competitive here in this matchup tonight. In our next matchup of the night, man, we got the Los Angeles Lakers on the road facing the Sacramento Kings. Sacramento home favorites laying 6.5, total 238.5. For me, man, y'all know where I'm at in this one. I'm on Sacramento. We've been on them at home all season long, man. That's where they play their best basketball. They've gone stupid dummy crazy at home all season. 18 and 11 against the spread straight up. The Lakers 12 and 18 against the spread. No Anthony Davis for the Lakers, man. LeBron James is on here as day-to-day. Russell Westbrook is on here as day-to-day. I'll also say that Sabonis is on here as day-to-day, and Harrison Barnes is day-to-day as well. But, you know, all in all, the Kings are the better team. The Kings have played their best basketball at home, and they've been struggling here recently. I just like this as a get-right spot and a bounce-back spot for the Sacramento Kings. They've only won 2 of their last 5. Granted, 4 of their last 5 were on the road. They played the Knicks and lost 112-99. Played Philly, they lost 123-103. Beat Toronto on the road 124-123, and beat the Pistons on the road 122-113. But in their last one on the 19th, man, 2 days ago, they lost at home, laying 10 points to the Charlotte Hornets, 126-119. I think tonight is just a perfect bounce-back spot for this Kings team here tonight. We're going to look at the Lakers. The Lakers have won 3 of their last 5. 3 of those were at home. The other 2 were on the road. Their last game on the 19th, they did get beat handedly by the Phoenix Suns, 130-104. Granted, a lot of people didn't play in that one. It looks like they're going to have some guys back for this one, but I'm still not in love with the Lakers, especially not on the road against a good Kings team who usually plays their best basketball at home. They've been struggling here recently, and they lost their last home game to one of the worst teams in the NBA, the Hornets. I think tonight is just a perfect bounce back and get right spot for the Kings, so I'll lay the points with them here tonight. In our next matchup of the night, man, we got the Charlotte Hornets on the road facing the Los Angeles Clippers. Clippers home favorites, laying 7.5, total 225. The Clippers, man, they've been playing some great basketball here recently, man. They've won 4 of the last 5. Granted, most of those were at home. This will be their 5th straight home game facing this Hornets team. And they've been winning pretty convincingly as well. As we go back and look, they beat the Wizards in their last one on the 17th, so they've been off for a minute. They played the Wizards and beat them 102-93. The game before that, they did lose at home to the Suns, 111-95. But before that, they beat Minnesota 99-88, beat Boston at home 113-93, beat Washington on the road 114-107. They've been playing some good basketball here recently, man, but I'm fading them tonight. Give me the Hornets plus the 7.5. I like what I've seen from this Hornets team since LaMelo has returned. They've been playing better basketball. They kept it competitive against the Nuggets. I had the Nuggets in that game. They lost to the Nuggets in that one 119-115. The game that they played on the 19th, 2 days ago, they played the Kings. As 10-point dogs, they won the game outright on the road, 125-119. I just like what I've seen from this Hornets team tonight. And I think at 7.5, I think they definitely can keep this game pretty competitive. So, yeah, just give me the Hornets plus the 7.5 in this one. Not my favorite game on the board, but I'll definitely lean towards Charlotte here in this one. And that's going to conclude tonight's NBA Jam session on December 21st, 2022, man. Thank y'all for watching. Smash that like button for your boy, man. Subscribe if you're new. Drop what y'all like down in the comment section below. As you know, I love going through, seeing who y'all like in the comments. If you're looking for my best bets and best bets from the top handicappers on the planet, check us out, pickdawgz.com. Click the premium picks tab. If you're looking for my $15 NBA Jam session play, the link is in the description. Takes you right there to it, man. My best bet in the NBA every night, $15. Scoop that up. Follow me on Twitter, Parlay Guy J. That's where I can update y'all on late injury news. And if my mind changes due to late information coming out of the association, that's where I can update y'all, man. So follow me on Twitter for all that great stuff. Let's make some money tonight, man. I'll talk to y'all tomorrow. Talk to y'all in the comments. Talk to y'all on Twitter. And holla at y'all tomorrow. It's been your boy Jay Briggs, man, and I'm out. Peace.